Hello guys, how y'all doing? This is Darryl with Lee's Lawn Care and Services. How y'all doing on this, what's today? Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. How you guys doing, man? Wanted to make a quick video, man, about something that I think is very important. And it's going to be a video about complaints, man. So, got to talk to you about a couple complaints. Today alone, I did I just finished up one of my storage facilities, right? So there's a big tree over the ditch that I cut, and so the big tree dropped some, branches off of it, and it was like in the middle of the field that I cut. So I picked the branches up and I threw them in the ditch, and I thought that was the end of it. So the guy next door owns a snowball stand, so he called the facility. He called the girl and said, "Yeah, the guy's throwing a ton of branches in the ditch, but I only threw 3 branches in the ditch." But he said a ton of branches. So she came out and she asked me. She said, "Did you put some branches in the ditch?" I said, "Yeah, I put a few in there." She said, "Well," so the guy next door, he called. And he was asking about the branches, if he could take the branches and put them in a dumpster. So, mind you, this is not even on his property, okay? This is on the storage facility's property. So I told her, I said, "No problem, I'll take care of it." I said, I'll get the branches and I'll put them in the dumpsters. The reason why I hadn't done that before is because she would leave the dumpster, they would leave it locked. And so she went unlock it, said, "Yeah, I'm gonna unlock it so you can go put the stuff in there." And that was it. It took all of 5 minutes. So I put the branches on top of the skag, rolled the skag on through to the dumpster, threw them in there, done. Over 5 minutes, right? All over. So my thing was, and she told me, she said, "Well, this guy's been watching you every time you come out here." And he doesn't say a whole lot, but he just sit there and he just literally just watches you, watches you work. I'm like, really? You got some type of fetish or something? I know people do have fetishes, but I didn't know it was that serious. I didn't know it was that deep. So what it is, when he cuts his property, he's got a skag too. He's got I want to say it's a tiger cat, like one of the older ones is a tiger cat skag that he uses, that he cuts the grass. So, and he's got I think it was a Tiger Cat 48, just 48-inch deck like mine, the Hero deck. And so his clippings look the same way my clippings look when he cuts. But he cuts real low, because you can see the grass is like scalped down to the brownness of the grass. That's how it is. And when I cut up a little bit, and my grass still looks green and full. I don't like cutting that low. It looks bad to me whenever I cut like that. When you play helter skelter, as I call it, I don't do that. So, you got to cut the grass regardless. No matter how low you cut it, you're gonna have to get back over there and cut it anyway. Some people, I think, kind of fooled with that concept. Oh, cut it low. You cut it low and the grass still growing. And they're like, I thought you cut it low. Yeah, I cut it low. Cut it on 2 inches or 1.5 inch, and the grass just is gonna grow. It's that time of season, or you're gonna hurt it, if you cut it too low. So yeah, man, I went over there, took care of that. No big deal, but she just told me to be wary of him and that he watches me. But the other girl that was there before her told me that guy was a butthole. She didn't say it that way, but she said what it was, and I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to curse on the video. But she said it was a butthole. She said, "Yeah, he a real piece of work." So he had it in for the other guys that was cutting the facility before I came along. So it is what it is. Some people are just have a lot of issues, put it that way, and instead of taking care of the situation where the issue is coming from, everybody else get it. People that they don't know, people they don't deal with, people they barely see, people they barely come in contact with, they get the foolishness, of whatever is going on in their life. So not only that, you know, and that was just one thing. Now the other complaint, a while back, my son cut one of my properties, and that was the property he got sick on. He wasn't feeling good the last time he cut that property. So today he went to that property, cut that property. But the last time he was there when he cut that property and he got sick cutting it, he was not feeling good. You know, he was kind of rushing. And so, yeah, he got a little grass on the next door neighbor's car, right? And so neighbor came out. Now this was the guy that gave us thunder. So go figure this guy. This is the guy that gave us thunder. If you've been following me for a while, you know what thunder is. Thunder was a machine that was given to me by this particular guy, like what, a year ago, 2 years ago, I think 2 years ago. And we used it, you know, and it got us through, you know, whatever time we needed to get through. So got a little grass on his car. He came out, you know, and asked my son about it. My son said, yeah, he apologized, and he blew the stuff off, you know, because he wasn't feeling good that day. He was running a fever. It was already like 100 degrees outside, and he wasn't feeling his best, you know, and I get it. So we gotta be careful here. Be careful here. I gotta get out of this. All right, sorry about that. But yeah, so this was the guy that gave us thunder, right? So he comes out, you know, my son was apologetic. This was the last time he was there. And he blew the grass off his car, and, you know, he cleaned up and all that good stuff. And so we thought that was the end of it. So today, my son had to go cut that property again. And the guy stood outside with his arms folded and just kind of stood over him and watched him cut. Made sure that no grass got on his car, and he just kind of just stood there. My son said, well, he thought he was trying to intimidate him or something. I'm like, what? And yesterday, and I guess, you know, God knows what he's doing. So yesterday, I was out cutting, right? And I was trying to get to that property. And I couldn't get to that property because I had nowhere to put my trailer. I had nowhere to park. So I could not get in there. Everything was blocked up. So I couldn't get in there with my trailer. And even today, when he went, you know, in his truck, it was hard for him to get in there. And he just had the truck. And what somebody did, somebody was leaving, and he was able to get in that way. And that's how he got in. And then when I called the lady that we were cutting, she had a car on her property, and they came out and they moved it. So he was able to get in there. But yesterday, I could not get in there. And I wanted to get in there because I wanted to get the job done, you know, to get, you know, another one checked off the list. But had that guy came out there and talked to me, it'd probably been a different story. But, and then standing out there like that, you know, over my son like that, just watching him work. And he didn't say anything, he just stood there and just watched, you know, that type of thing. So it was all good. But, you know, we're not confrontational or nothing like that. But, you know, common sense is like, okay, well, you came to us with this before, and, you know, we addressed it, and we thought we were past it. But then you come out there and you stand over with my son while he's working. You don't say nothing to him, just watching, making sure we don't get no grass or anything. Well, obviously, you know, I thought we were past that, but I guess we wasn't. So it was what it was. You know, he said, you know, the guy didn't say nothing. He cut. He went and did his job, you know, cleaned up, didn't get any grass anywhere on the guy's property or on the guy's car or anything like that. And, you know, he did his job and then he left. So I'm saying to myself, you know, there's 1,000 other things out here in this world that's going on. And for somebody to be upset over a little grass maybe getting on your car or something. And according to Josh, it wasn't much grass that got on the car. It was very little. It was like dust. You know, and he complained about that. So he got some other issues going on over there. But like I said, God knew what he was doing because he didn't want me to get over there. Because he didn't want me to confront this dude because he knew I probably would have. I'd have told him something, you know. And, you know, you never know what's in people's mind these days, you know. And stuff like that, man, it's like, really? Like I said, there's other issues going on with him, obviously. And for him to feel that type of way, you know, something is definitely happening. But guys, I'm not gonna keep you. long or anything like that. I'm sitting in Burger King's line trying to get something to eat, but they are slow as Armageddon. So I'm gonna take and park, and I'm gonna go inside like a good kid, and I'm gonna order my food that way. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So, guys, I will catch you on the next one. I got another sun bright in my face, but I want to tell you about that. So, how you guys handle them complaints, man? You know, I try to be as civil as I can, you know, unless I'm being disrespected or something, and then, you know, you got to handle things a little bit differently then. But guys, love you. See you on the next one.